Usually I do this one resting on my elbow, but for a lot of people, that's like too challenging on their shoulder. Let's have a variation that's easier on the shoulder. You can do a hybrid where your elbow would just be on a firm pillow, but let's do it an easier way. You could sit arm is straight, if that's okay on your shoulder. You could have your knees sort of stacked up if you want. Sometimes I like have one knee up like that. That's cool too. What are the variables? What does each position allow you to find? As we're here, notice this lower side is facing that wrist down there. If you tap yourself on those side ribs, I can move those ribs away from that hand. Okay? I can relax out of that. It's like I'm sagging down into it. Again, if I move my low ribs away from the wrist and my upper ribs, middle and upper ribs away from the wrist, and I can even push my feet down into the floor, I can sort of move my waist away from the ribs. There's our contraction. As the side closes to make that arch, the shoulder pulls down toward that lower hip. And I'm just going to come out of that really slow. There you go. Go super slowly. Some parts may be already open. What places are hesitant to open? That's where we need to focus our lesson, on those places. Little breath into that open side, squeezing the air out. Hand could hold the head if you want. The head just sort of tassels over. The neck is just resting. My head's sort of almost resting on that lower shoulder. There you go, where hand could hold the head. Easy on the neck. No effort in the neck. The hand's just helping hold the neck. My shoulders, my neck, and my head are one unit. The torso has to do the movement. Okay, breath into that opening lower side. Where is it constricted? Is it more in the front or is it more in the back of that lower side? A gentle breath in, squeezing the air out. Gentle, easy, closing it. If the constriction was more in the back, you could arch your back a little bit. If the constriction is more in the front, you could close up the front a little bit and move that front side away from the wrist. Just find what you need to find and open slowly out of that. Go slowly. Can everything open all at once? Can the most hesitant place do some of the opening and not just wait till the end? Early on, look at what place is hesitant. Have that place help out right from the beginning. Those are the missing places. They can open as the last resort. Yes, they probably can. We want them to play well with all the other parts. The squeezing the air out. Armpit pulls down to that lower side belt loop. Okay. Breath in slow into that space. Look for where the breath isn't going and have that place open to accommodate the breath in, not forcing it, not stretching it. Look at where is it taut. For me right here, it's a little bit in this front line now, more toward the front. Squeezing the air out. Can I pull the front of my shoulder down? Closing the front. There you go. There you go. Close it up. Find your breathing cycles, and open slowly. Can you see it opening? What's moving away from what? How do you know the line's getting longer? What's the data? Exactly. Closing it on up. Squeezing the air out. Breath in, relaxing it open. You're just sagging down. You slow it down. Slow it down. Make it your will to relax that place open. I'll do one a little bit more for the back. Closing on up. Shoulders sliding down toward my back pocket. Oh, make it feel like a lovely yawn. That's it. And open out of that. Can you breathe into that space that's opening? What place doesn't know how to open? Could you so lovingly and gently encourage it to take a gentle breath in? It's got all the encouragement of all this gravity trying to help it open. It just has to relax open. Teach it how to relax. There you go. Closing on up. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one thing to do that is more advanced, and you really need to be gentle with your neck because most of the time when people have a neck problem, that's because they have a torso tension problem. We can do a nice pandiculation of the neck. As I come into that contraction, I have this beautiful curve of the spine right here. It's all nice curve. My hand is trying to lift the head, but the neck won't let it. So as the side opens, slowly, slowly, as the side opens, can the neck also open? Yes. Gentle. Don't make the neck do too much work. Breath in, closing it down. Side closes. Neck's along for the ride. But here, even better than the neck is we get to teach those upper ribs, the ribs under this shoulder. We teach them how to open with this technique. Gentle pull. Maybe 3 fingers or 2 fingers are just lifting the weight of the head. How little effort does it take? How little load does it take for that whole curve to open the other way? Beautiful. Lie down. See what you've got. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is a good one here. Now, think about the side that you just did and compare the 2 sides just lying there. You're just breathing. Just let it breathe. Okay. Breathe into the side that you just did. Breathe those ribs out toward that arm. Less effort. How little effort would it take to breathe into that side? Now let's go to the second side, the side we didn't do yet. Gentle, the same gentleness. Alternating sides. Softer. What place? How is it different? In art history class, when those 2 slides are projected onto the screen, they say compare and contrast. Well, here you are, you see your body in stereo. How do you describe those differences? What is the perception of difference? How good are you at perceiving your body and projecting your awareness into those places that are, in a way, fully interpreting the communication that your body's giving back to the brain? Okay. Breathe collarbone away from front pocket. Collarbone away from front pocket on the other side. Okay. We don't want the second side to be jealous. Let's do the second side. That's it. Okay. Beautiful. Here we are. Okay. Ah, where are we? Just started out. We know that you can push your ankles into the floor, into the mat to get started. Try that, pushing ankles down. How does just a little push of the ankles, how does that move the body? As this lower side of the body closes, how does the shoulder and armpit pull down to that side belt loop? Can you just move in a way that that armpit gets close to the side belt loop? Beautiful. Okay. Sagging out of that, easy. Okay, easy. Now look carefully as you sag into it, which place, easy, easy, gently, what place doesn't know how to open? Now that helps you with the next cycle. We want to close that place. We want to take control of that place and teach it how to relax. It's got a baseline contraction of tension that your brain's running all the time. We're going to do a little bit more contraction so you're in charge of it and you're going to school your brain how to let that tension, that high idle of tension, how to let it diminish. So a gentle breath in into that place that's constricted. I can feel it. Just find it. Close that up. How much closing do you need to do to that place to feel what it's like to tighten that place? You probably really have to tighten it a lot. Gentle on the neck. We're not adding the neck yet. Ribs open. Breathe into that place. Okay. We're going to close up again. Can you create this beautiful arc of the spine? Side bending. Great. Lower ribs move away from that wrist. Middle ribs, upper ribs in the armpit, side waist, all move away from that wrist. We're going to slowly lower. Is everything opening all at once? What place needs to catch up with the others? Okay, that's it. You could arch your back a little bit more into it. Arch the back. Okay, there we go. Let the head just tassel along with the rest of the spine. The neck is just a continuation of the curve of the spine. It's one long spine. Sag into that. Easy, easy. I can feel where there's tension. Can you feel where there's tension? Squeeze the air out. Breath in, open. The side sitting scoliosis sequence on a straight arm. I've got a whole playlist of side sitting scoliosis sequence movements. Oh, what a beautiful movement. Originally taught to me, maybe in a little different format, by one of my very favorite teachers, Laura Gates. Thank you, Laura, for this one. Let's do the front of the body a little bit. We're arching away from that lower hand. Head tassels over. Add a little bit of curling up in front. It's like you're pulling the front of the shoulder down toward your front pocket. Beautiful. And really pull them together. Your hand can pull against the floor. That's it. And just open out of that easy. You got it. You got it. Okay. And closing on up. You could explore so many different leg possibilities for this one. Closing on up. Just be creative in your somatics. How do you make the contraction valuable and allow you to perceive the tension in those hard to feel places? And can you have the relax fully in your control? There you go. Now, I can just think about this upper elbow as I push that elbow up to the sky. Well, that's the contraction as well. The ribs and the head and the neck, they're one unit. It's a torso movement. Move the torso. That's where the amnesia is. It's in your stuck breathing space. Breathe that line open. Good. And just one last time, coming on up. How much detail can you see in that line of the side? Can you find the endpoints? What are you pulling together? Close enough till you can feel a continuity. Is there a gap in your perception from here to there? As the body arcs, that head is going right over that lower shoulder. I'm going to use a couple fingers gently lifting the head. So the neck bends as the spine bends, super gently. The opening ribs give the slack for the neck. The torso takes up the slack that the neck needs to operate within its comfortable range. Beautiful. Curving. That hand is lifting gently. My head is pushing down into the hand. The curve of neck and torso works in such beautiful harmony as it opens, easy. That upper shoulder sinks down into the body. That's it. Not a stretch of the neck. The hand's just helping enough so the neck can relax. Not a stretch. Stop stretching. Stretching is confusing your whole system. I work with so many yoga teachers with stretching injuries. Stop stretching. There's a better way. Okay, lie down on your back. Look inward. Observe the two sides of the body. Gentle breath into the first side that we did. Gentle breath into the second side. Let the body move a little bit so it can open. It arches over to that side, bending super gently. Is there a section of constriction? Look carefully, squeezing the air out, pushing that side into the body. Breath into the other side. It's open, squeezing it closed, pushing those ribs into the body. Okay. Assess the calmness that you feel with two relaxed sides. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com. Blessings on your journey.